Namaskar and welcome to the next part of these video lecture series on strategic management. Today we are going to discuss the formulation of strategy, in which we will look at integration strategies. Integration strategy is a combination of both organic as well as inorganic growth. It is a growth strategy, basically integration, in which the organization may choose to grow through its own resources or with the help of certain external help. Now, if the organization wishes to choose using its existing resources, then it is called as vertical integration. Well, integration basically means the combination of more than one entities. So, to explain this, I have prepared a very common supply chain which operates in almost all markets throughout the world, where I have shown a manufacturer, a carrier forward agent, a wholesaler and a retailer. There is a customer further down the chain, but we have not included it in this. In this chain, in this very simple supply chain, we may assume that the company is positioned as a carrier and forward agent. Now, if the company wishes to continue as a carrier and forward agent, there is no question of any vertical integration or horizontal integration. But if it wishes to diversify into existing businesses or its down market supply chain or its up market operations, then we have integration taking place. Since it is vertically oriented, that is why these are vertical integration strategies. If it wishes to move, as you see, this direction is towards the market and this direction is towards the production side or towards the supply side. So, in this case, whichever position a company finds itself in, if it makes a move from that position towards the market, then that kind of vertical integration is called as a forward integration. And if the company moves from its present position towards the supply side from a carry and forward position, if the company wishes to become a manufacturer of the same product or wishes to further integrate into supplying of raw materials to the manufacturer from a carry and forward position, then that move or that decision will be called as a backward integration. Now, we have taken the company to be a carry and forward agent, and then we have observed its movements. If the company was a retailer, not a carry and forward agent anymore, but a retailer. Now, can it move downwards? Because it is already at the last point of the supply chain. So, further down there is only the consumer. So, there is no question of any vertical integration downwards or forward towards the market. So, there is only one scope to go backward. If the company wishes to engage itself in other activities also, then it can go up the supply chain towards the manufacturing side, towards the wholesaling, towards carrying and forwarding, towards supply if its resources permit, it can also get into supply. So, depending on which position a company finds itself in, integration could be backward or forward. In our case here, it will only be backward integration. Now, if the company finds itself at not the retailing position, but the company is a supplier of certain raw materials to a manufacturer. Let us say it is supplying leather to a shoe manufacturer. In that case, the company might decide that, okay, we have grown pretty decently in the past few decades, and now we wish to not simply be or remain a supplier, we also wish to launch our own brand of shoes. In that case, the company might become a manufacturer, might become a retailer, might become a wholesale agent or a carry and forward agent depending on its capabilities. So, in this case, if the company wishes to become a manufacturer or a wholesaling agent or a retailer, so that will be a market move. I mean, the move is towards the market, up market, down the market move. So, in this case, the company is said to be integrating in the forward direction. So, that is forward integration for you. Next, we have horizontal integration. Horizontal integration, some authors suggest, is an inorganic way to grow. For a company, if it chooses horizontal integration, we have seen here there is no involvement of any second party. The company, through its own money, through its own cash reserves, wishes to enter into another activity altogether using its own existing resources and capabilities. So, that is why there is no involvement of any second party out here. The company wishes to do this activity on its own. But here in horizontal integration, we observe that there are many players in a market, player 1, player 2 and so on. Our company could be player 2 and has the necessary bulk buying power to outright purchase player 1 or company 1. In that case, the company is said to be affecting a takeover, a merger or acquisition. Mergers are they are auto indicators of a takeover and acquisition happening or taking place. So, do not get confused, these are not separate terms, all of them they go hand in hand. So, horizontal integration basically means that the company has grown beyond a certain point where it cannot manage its capabilities or resources in the current market, and it must expand to other geographies. So, the company may wish to purchase a smaller company in some other geography, thereby establishing or leaving its own mark out there without having to start from the scratch. So, horizontal integration is a fast way, a shortcut to growth, and normally it works out well for the company. This is the most often chosen route to fast track growth. So, that is about integration strategies adopted by companies. I hope it is clear to you all. We will meet again in the next video. Thank you for watching.